What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lincoln, also known as Venox here, and today we're going to talk about a childhood favorite game of mine, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. Now, I've heard people ask me if my name Venox is based off the company that made this game, Venox, and while I do like this game, that was a complete coincidence. Honestly, I just made the name Venox up. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to the game. Now it was the late 2000s, and Activision didn't know what to do with their Spider-Man games anymore. Nobody liked their movie tie-in games anymore, and their original titles weren't doing that well either. So then they were like, let's get the guys behind the B-movie game. No, I am not kidding. And then Activision said something like, hey Venox, can you make us like a new Spider-Man game, but like a new one and not like the old movie ones we made? And then Venox is like, I bet. And somehow managed to drop the most fire game the world has ever seen. They started off by pitching some ideas while looking at potential Spider-Man to be the star of their game. And someone with an Albert Einstein-esque brain came into the room and was like,
new card. What do you think?
Whoa, very nice. Look at that.
So the game begins with Spider-Man finding Mysterio at this museum, and Mysterio escapes with this magical tablet, which somehow grants him real magic. So it's up to you and the other Spider-Man to get the pieces of the tablet in their respective dimensions to stop Mysterio and save the universe. Nuff said. It's a simple and clean story, which allows each Spider-Man to flesh out their respective worlds. And let's talk about those worlds. The Amazing Spider-Man world, no relation to the movie, really has that 2010s comic book style, whereas the Ultimate Spider-Man world has a Mark Bagley style of the 2000s, but he has the black suit to differentiate himself from the normal Spider-Man. Spider-Man Noir is in black and white to fit the time period, and the music also fits in with the early 1900s aesthetic they were going with. Whereas on the complete opposite end, you got Spider-Man 2099, which is like Spider-Man meets Blade Runner. Wait, no, not like that. Not like that. And speaking of the bosses of the respective worlds, the Amazing Spider-Man worlds have some classic Spider-Man enemies like Kraven, Sandman, and Juggernaut. I don't really know what they were going for with the last one, but the first two kind of hold up. For the Ultimate Spider-Man world, they picked some characters who deviated from the other worlds in their designs and characters, such as Electro, Deadpool, and Carnage. Now you get to the Spider-Man Noir enemies, which are some guys you can imagine bumping into in the night in the 1920s New York. You got mobsters like Hammerhead, gremlin men like Vulture, and the big head honcho himself, Norman Osborn. But a very different Norman Osborn than we've ever seen before. For Spider-Man 2099, he's a little bit unique, because in the comics he doesn't actually have that many villains, so they ended up making up a ton of villains for him. You got guys like Hobgoblin, Scorpion, and ironically, a female Dr. Octopus. Overall, every world is really unique in its presentation, style, bosses, characters, dialogue, cutscenes. Every world is really distinct from one another and provides a lot of variety to the game. It really baffles my mind that this game's rated a 7 out of 10 on most websites, implying that it's just mediocre, when you can really tell that the devs put a lot of time and effort and passion into creating the game. Personally, I would say this is the most unique Spider-Man game ever made. It really makes me wish we got some sort of sequel with other versions of Spider-Man, as I'd be really interested in seeing what they do. In conclusion, I don't want to spoil too much about this game. Emulate it if you can, because oh boy, it's expensive online, and you can't buy it in any digital store, and it was never ported to anything. Try to get a PS3 or Xbox 360 copy, preferably for the better graphics, and not having any motion controls. Getting a Wii copy isn't the end of the world. Heck, it was the original way I played the game. I just wouldn't buy it over the other versions, because some of the boss fights felt broken or unfinished with the motion control gimmick. I died so many times through the Hammerhead fight because the punches just didn't register. All in all, this is just a great game, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to review it around the release of Spider-Verse 2. Side note, Spider-Verse 2 is actually really good. You should go see it. Anyways, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is goated. You should go play it. Bye.